But speaking of situations, I got to ask you, of course. So again, it seems that Brock Lesnar has retired from the UFC. So do you think this is legitimate, or do you think this is just another work, so to speak?
Well, he's 40 years old, right? We had a fight with DC that he could have. He had 2 money fights. Maybe he just doesn't want to go through camp at that age and fight again. I mean, he's not a young guy. He's made a lot of money. He's probably got a lot of money, and he probably figured, well, I could just keep doing the UFC, the WWE stuff, and get paid for doing a minimal amount of, physicality. But he had fights against DC and John Jones on the table, and he's turning them down. I don't think that's a work at all because there were big money fights.
Do you think the UFC starting to fall? Because, like,
Absolutely.
obviously, yeah,
absolutely. There's a fascinating article I read. The guy took it down. I don't know why I took it down, but like they're talking about the
lovely sip of water.
Well, the pay-per-view model right now on ESPN Plus is like all these big dollars on the back end are not there anymore.
Mm.
And like Conor McGregor, these guys can go to the UFC and wanting $20 million flat for a fight. They're like, oh, they're laughing at me. We don't have that for you. This ESPN Plus thing is not fighter friendly at all. So the big guys, the top guys, are going to have trouble. They're going to have trouble finding money fights in this because let's face facts. Cowboy versus Conor is a money fight. 5 years ago on UFC, they would have put that thing on, and that's a money fight that draws a lot of buys. Now it's like they don't have the guaranteed money to give these guys up front to pull that thing off. So yes, I do think ESPN Plus, and I do think UFC is fading fast, which is why I think like a lot of guys might go to these other organizations, like Bellator and stuff and everything, and if to get money for fights, which they might end up paying them.
Do you think they'll allow CM Punk to fight again, or is he done?
Yeah, who wants to see that?
See, to be honest,
who's he going to fight? I mean, he could fight. He could. They could put him against Dolph Ziggler right now, and if you won the betting markets, I bet you Dolph Ziggler would be favored over him.
I'd honestly think UFC should go intergender and do CM Punk versus what do you call it, Holly Holm
or Cyborg.
Fuck,
like honestly, if you got Ronda Rousey, if you got Cyborg versus CM Punk, who are you picking?
See, the thing about Cyborg, that's her name, but she looks like RoboCop.
Yeah.